just hold on to what is important. Don't get all into what the culture
Okay,
out
Janet.
there, of what the culture has out there, what the culture is saying, but just hold tight to the Word of God. Hope you hear that. Hope you hear that.
Well, this is really a rare opportunity, to get together like this. And, I was praying about something that might be meaningful. We did a lot of laughing, and thank Mike and Jody for
No, that was well
everything
done.
they did. It was pretty darn accurate too. When you live with someone for 60 years and 8 months, you get to know them pretty well. And you see the strengths and you see the weaknesses. And when I think about my wife, one of the things that really pops out to me is she's a servant. She's a true servant. And in Matthew 23, it says, "He who is greatest among you, let them be your servant." And when I think about Mary, I think about the things that she does. She's not a flash in the pan. She's not just some kind of smokescreen, but she's the real deal. And every morning when we get up, sometimes I get up before her, sometimes she gets up before me. If Spurgeon has had me up 2 or 3 times, she gets up before me. And so when I come out, I'll know what she'll be doing. She'll be there with the Word, and she'll talk to me about something that she has learned. And that's a true blessing. A lot of you are just getting started. We're coming down the home stretch. And I think about things like the pop-up pantry that she and I do every month, and that's something a little additional, and it's a little bit of work involved in it. And that's for the poor people in the community, supposedly poor. Some that come through, I don't think so. But most of them are poor. And so she's there for that every month. She teaches Sunday school, and most pastors do not put as much effort into their sermon as she does teaching those children. Those children they are blessed children, I'm telling you. And then I think about the prayer meeting on Tuesdays. Selena's a part of it. Some other ladies are a part of it. Kathy's a part of it. And she does that. Then I think about her serving me. Now, she does something, and you young women, you need to listen to what I'm saying. Every meal, I said every meal, she takes the meat, whatever it may be, and she takes it over to me like this. She's always seated to my right. And Jack, what would you like to have? Now, that don't make me King Tut. That humbles me to the core. It really does. I think about that. I think about the way she loves Michael and Jody and the grandkids and the great-grandkids. That makes me a very, very blessed man. Very blessed. Then I think about Nancy Burkhart. Every Friday we go down to Nancy's. Mary prepares a meal most of the time. Sometimes we go out and get stuff, but most of the time she prepares a very nice meal. And of course, Nancy cannot help herself, so we have to put her in bed. We have to do various things for her. Mary's right there for her. And I think about Sharon was here. Evelyn's in heaven. She's the oldest one. And I think about that family that lived about a quarter of a mile west of me. I lived on Quarterfield Road, Quarterfield Park Station, and up Washington Avenue, about a quarter of a mile, maybe a little less. there was a family there by the name of Lang. And my mom was very prominent in the Methodist church. She was a teacher, just like Mary. And I think about it was 3 girls, Evelyn, Sharon, Mary, and Dave. And Dave was one of my best friends. We used to ride bikes together. He lives in Ohio now. He's one of the finest men I know. I think about Evelyn. She was so easy to be around. Such a lovely person. Solid Christian woman. Simple faith. Easy. Think about Sharon. Sharon, she's like Cindy Crawford or somebody. She has defied all of this stuff. You know, she just don't get old. She's pickled or something.
Pickled.
And then, of course, my wife, she's got pretty much the same genes. She's 80 years old now. And I think why was that family so special? And I'll tell you the reason I think it was so special. Because their mother, my mom, she was just like the daughters. The daughters were just like her. Very attractive women. Very attractive women. All of them. Very hardworking women. All of them. Superior. Also, all 3 of them were very good athletes. You might not know that, but they were. They were really good athletes. And the other thing, they were superior Christians. It started off with my mom. And my mom, she was such a wonderful woman and such a great wife. And Mary and I laugh about this, but she used to literally iron her husband's drawers. She would iron his underwear.
And she would also iron, I remember my mom telling me this, she would iron the clothes that she was getting ready to take to Goodwill. That's the kind of woman that she was.
Now, you know, I say that because I'm saying this especially to the younger ones, the ones that are raising your children. I look at Evelyn, Sharon, and Mary. Now, Evelyn married a guy named Paul Millwitz. He was a farm boy, a Polish farm boy. He was a really good brother-in-law. He's in heaven. Bill Thompson, he was West Virginia hillbilly. He had about as much faith as any man I ever saw. Just an easy, simple, you could count on Bill. And Bill had Parkinson's for a long, long time. And he was such a godly man that he actually worked a part-time job to give money to someone in the church that didn't even deserve it. What an amazing man. And of course, I am fortunate enough to have Mary Lang. God has been good to us. God has been good to this family. I really hope that you'll take seriously what I'm saying, because every one of you, especially the ones that are raising children now, you know, one day, Lord willing, you're going to be like Mom and myself. And it's good to look back and to see we had parents that were like this. Now, I don't want you to think that any of us were perfect. We certainly weren't.
They know.
We're sinners saved by God's grace. That's the best we can say. But you are going to leave a legacy just like we are going to leave a legacy. Jesus equated greatness with serving. And if you're willing to serve, if you're willing to lay your life down, at the end, it's going to be worth it. Be worth it.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we did get
There
you
is
a
a bedroom, I think, or some
Then,
by the
I have to come
Any
in the
closing
bedroom.
thoughts?
I love this family.
the